What's good? It's your man's Herbert Kane, and I'm back again with an HHN special report. Breaking news. Breaking news.
First, to the so-called social media ban, which threatens to place extraordinary restrictions on the internet, driven, of course, by our overzealous lawmakers and power-hungry bureaucrats.
YouTube will join its stablemates in the social media landscape, including Instagram, TikTok and Snapchat, as part of the government's social media ban for those under the age of 16 that will come into effect in December of this year.
The legislation isn't what it first appears to be. Labor went to the election with a very minimalistic sell on these laws. It was about the kids. It was about preventing harm, and it was about only keeping that harm away from vulnerable kids. Communications Minister Annika Wells repeated these slogans this week.
The evidence cannot be ignored that 4 out of 10 Australian kids report that their most recent harm was on YouTube. And as parents, we are really trying our best when it comes to the internet, but it is like trying to teach your kids to swim in the open ocean with the rips and the sharks compared to at the local council pool. We can't control the ocean, but we can police the sharks.
First of all, is this seriously the intellect of the person deciding these laws? A childish analogy about policing sharks in the ocean. It doesn't even make sense. Oceans are dangerous for kids, but you don't ban them, you teach kids how to swim and navigate rips. But even worse, the laws don't make any sense, because for all of the government's bluster about harm on social media, the laws do nothing to prevent harm. All they do is force age verification for account holders. That is it. Children can still access YouTube and watch whatever non-age restricted content that they want. A young journalist known as Leo Puglisi tried to explain this to the ABC this week. He started a digital media company when he was a kid.
From your experience with young people, what are young people using YouTube for?
They're using it for everything. I mean, it's hard to put into words really how widespread YouTube is in terms of its content and in terms of, what could potentially be harder to access. People watch sport on there, they'll watch news, they'll watch entertainment. They will literally be able to watch just about almost everything. I think it's also really important to mention out of this that all that harmful content that the government's been talking about, which I agree obviously exists, that isn't banned. I think as it stands, I think young people are still going to be able to watch YouTube in a logged out state. So all that harmful content is still actually going to be online. This ban is ineffective. It doesn't actually tackle what the government says it's tackling.
Do these politicians actually think that you're so stupid that you will buy this? The laws don't do what they say they will. So what really is going on here? It isn't even just about social media. Labor also wants to force you to verify your age to have a search engine account. Liberal Senator Alex Antic explains.
The Internet Search Engine Services Online Safety Code, as we've heard today, is set to come into effect in December this year. And what it is going to effectively do is require internet search engine providers to confirm the age of their account holders, amongst a range of other things that we've heard this evening. But the crux to this is, what this will mean is that every Australian will be locked out of their Google account, their Yahoo account, their Microsoft account until they verify their age, which I think is quite incredible. It's unbelievable, actually.
If this happens, it is the death of a free and open internet. It has nothing to do with children and everything to do with surveillance. Under these laws and codes, your child will need to hand over sensitive biometric data, facial scans, documents, or some sort of personally identifying information to companies like TikTok the moment they turn 16. TikTok will store that information in servers in Beijing and use it for God knows what. And the saddest thing of all is that we have asked these companies to do it. And some of the people campaigning for this outcome are actually journalists. Can you believe that? Journalists asking for more government surveillance, more restrictions, and the end of a free and open internet. If this bothers you as much as it bothers me, please write to your local member. Show these lawmakers that this path is the wrong one.
Yep, for real. And another thing on this social media ban, it's really just a ban on our freedom of speech, freedom of expression, because everybody is seeing all this truth and they don't want everybody talking. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
This path is the wrong one. Well, joining me on the panel this week is Sky News contributor James Bolt and James Willis of the Daily Telegraph. James Bolt, let's start with you. I mean, this is something that our team, your team on skynews.com.au has been covering very closely. And we seem to have come to the situation where children aren't banned, despite all the bluster, despite all of the government propaganda, which journalists are just dutifully, as if they're stenographers, just reprinting these press releases about how we're going to protect kids from harm. Then Annika Wells stands up at a press conference and says, oh yeah, no, they can just watch it anyway.
Yeah, so what we have here is a case of the government wanting to be seen to be doing something. Now, it started out with a really beneficial, hard to argue with proposition that we do want to protect kids from bullying on Instagram and TikTok and all of the negative mental health effects that were coming there. Then when you get into trying to draft a policy, you're not taking the bird's eye view, you're not taking your time because you have to be doing something as a government. And then we get these things like YouTube, where we bring in these regulations that don't actually stop kids accessing things, but do bring in stuff that Alexandra was talking about age verification. It's the lack of thought through, calm policy making that really gets me on this one, and it's something that governments are just doing over and over again.
The governments are going to keep doing it over and over and over again because they've been doing it since the 90s. As soon as that Microsoft 96, 97 came out and everybody was going on chat lines and motherfucking the movie called Hackers come out and worrying about how many people is smart and how many people is dumb enough to find out these codes and shit, because they saying the word codes. But they was telling parents then to monitor your children being on the internet. It's up to the parents to be like, all right, what you watching, put a parental block on shit. It's like, yo. But the government wants to be your mommy, daddy, and God. You know what I'm saying? But like the real shit is, filter the shit out and make sure your kids don't watch it until the appropriate age time. Simple. It's real simple. But this is all about surveillance. And plus, what people don't understand is this is also part of the UN agenda. You will own nothing and be happy in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the UN, fuck the WEF. Because I always feel like somebody's watching me who ain't got no privacy. Because they want to motherfuckers create police states all over the goddamn world. Hashtag fuck the government all around the world. And the New World Order. Fuck y'all too. These motherfuckers ain't shit. Worldwide exclusive.
Keys of the land, gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. This is my motherfucking G's of the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Put the motherfucking G's in the bag. When my homeboy get the keys to the lab, I got everything they believe in the jab. Going overseas with the weed in the bag. How the fucking guns and the keys in the dash. Try to cock how you got a pig in the bag. Saw a boy little put the beam on his ass. Now I got away, put the feed on the gas. Going faster than flash, speed on your ass. On the front line, I'ma lead with the mag. When they give a bed, I'ma kill on the gas. Automatic ribbons is the building with pass. Jump like Pop-On, real Kevin Nash. True intellect like real formulated plan, I'ma kill all their plans. When they give a bed in the leads ever had. Need reparators every need us a man. Can't get that, gon' bleed on the land. Revolutionary, I'm a G on the land. So negotiated, we don't need no demands. Gonna take it back, Papa G in the van. Blowing up shit, boom, boom on the land. Green coat coming down the doom on the land. See what God hand, tell you all in the sand. Everybody run when I pull up the hand. World military day, ain't gonna last. I'ma hit them all with a blast from the past. Do it so fast like I'm taking out the trash. Fuck Klaus Schwab, put his ass in the bag. Fuck Bill Gates, put his ass in the bag. Fuck Dr. Fauci, put his ass in the bag. Fuck Donald Trump, put his ass in the bag. Keys of the land, gotta take back all the keys to the land. Gotta take back all the keys to the land. Gotta take back all the keys to the land. This for my motherfucking G's of the land. Gotta take back all the keys to the land. Gotta take back all the keys to the land. Gotta take back all the keys to the land. This for my motherfucking G's of the land. Gotta take back all the keys to the land. Gotta take back all the keys to the land. Gotta take back all the keys to the land.